I was gonna ask, what is your least favorite and most favorite Marvel series so far? And I was gonna say on that point, Loki has been my least favorite, which I feel like is a very unpopular opinion.
Do you know what? That question is so fucking difficult for me for a very weird reason. All of the shows have completely different styles to them, completely different stories to them. So although yes, they're all superhero shows, it feels like comparing apples to glasses.
I was thinking, where's he gonna go with that one? And glasses was not what I was expecting.
Well, apples to oranges make no sense. They're both fruit. You can compare them.
Uh, that was just. Yeah, I'm. I don't know which. Because I'm the same. Like, I loved them all for each one for different reasons.
As just a viewing pleasure, which one did you not enjoy as much as the others? There you go.
As viewing pleasure, I'd probably put Falcon and the Winter Soldier at the bottom.
Okay. I think that's my second from bottom in my spreadsheet.
So I'd say the ones I was most excited, the one I was least excited while watching is probably Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But rewatchability is probably right near the top.
I haven't rewatched it. I like it because the subjects and topics it touches on really well, and the way that they have progressed both those characters and used it to progress both those characters to their next like chapter. But out of all of the shows, it's probably like at least enjoyable to watch.
That's fair enough.
I'm going to have my favourite rant ever again because there's someone new here who's going to be forced to listen to it.
Which
What
rant
are your
is this?
thoughts? What are your thoughts on them, the finales of the Disney Plus series not being good enough?
Some of them I may agree. So Loki's my least favorite simply because I was so fucking confused. I didn't know what was going on. Right, but think of the like my favorite was WandaVision, and the finale of that was unbelievable.
I disagree.
Okay, well you're a melt, but that's not the point. So, but Hawkeye, from memory, I enjoyed the ending of that. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it was nothing special, but it weren't awful. I think people are expecting too much.
So I agree with you, but I think it's Marvel's fault that people are expecting too much. So hear me out. Other than WandaVision, every other season has been 6 episodes. And up until Moon Knight, where I thought they'd finally fixed the problem, we get like 5 episodes of them like, ooh, who's the real bad guy? Ooh. Even though everyone works out on the internet after week 2. And then in the last episode, they try and cram in the explaining the bad guy, fighting the bad guy, beating the bad guy, as well as finishing off the character's arc for the series, which I don't like because the villains in comic book films and series make or break the story a lot of the time. So when you're getting a character like Wilson Fiskin for Hawkeye and giving him like 5 minutes of screen time at the end of one episode, doesn't really do anything.
See, for me,
What
that made me excited to see more.
I get that, I do.
But I'm a casual, so obviously it's
get that.
different. I watch everything. I really enjoyed that. So like WandaVision, I loved it, and the finale, I watched it, and it was chaos. There was so much going on. It was sad. It was happy. So many emotions. I finished it. I thought that was unreal. Whereas obviously you was delving way more into it than me. So
But do you not think, bearing in mind how slow burning the first 5 episodes of WandaVision are, for that last episode to be balls to the wall, constant, everything's happening right now? Do you not think that throws off the pacing of the series a little bit?
technically yes, but I loved it anyway.
I get that, and don't get me wrong, I didn't hate the finales. They're very watchable. I just find myself going, I'd rather you gave yourself 3 more episodes up to the pace slightly earlier on, and then give yourself like the second to last episode of getting to know the villain, and then the last episode you can have just like as wrapping everything up, so that it doesn't feel so rushed, and so that people don't feel like they've missed things. or that they've happened too quickly.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I
And also,
honestly,
more weeks to watch shows.
like, I do feel in some of them it's felt like they've had a lot to fill into the last episode, especially happened with Moon Knight. But
Mhm.
I honestly, like, I know, yes, obviously I'm all for more episodes because that's more show, but I'd be quite happy if they just gave the finale, like, was always over an hour. Just like,
Yeah,
just make the
I'd be fine with
finale
that as well.
longer.
I just don't want it to feel so crammed because I feel like they lose out on really good opportunities. And when everyone has clearly worked so hard on these shows, I feel like everyone involved's kind of been robbed of a little bit of like wow factor. But maybe that's just me. I'm always curious to get people's opinions on that because that's my biggest concern with the Marvel shows at the moment.
Josh is too easygoing.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
like, but I've got like a
Big
handful of
fat
mates that watch
smile.
it. One of them's like a nerd; he watches the comics and all sorts. And
Watches the comics. Wow, that's impressive.
Watches
that
those
would
moving comics on the little like
tell
box.
me that wouldn't be dope. But
Yeah,
he's
it's called an animated series, John.
and we all love the series pretty much. We're not very as critical as you. We pretty much have loved all of them so far. Um, so yeah, as a casual viewer, the series has been great. My mum and dad haven't started any of them. They love the films. They've not started any of the things. And my mum wanted to see the new Doctor Strange, but I was like, nope, you've not seen WandaVision. You are not starting it yet.
Did you watch What If?
I did. I really enjoyed it. There was a couple of episodes where I definitely didn't enjoy as much as others, but on the whole, I enjoyed it.
I really liked What If, and I want it
I
to be
think
a
What
series
If
that
was
runs over
great.
a year.
I think one slight issue What If had was some of the episodes, because of the length, like they're trying to fit a whole story arc idea into one episode, is some of the reasoning was a bit like, it's a bit of a cop out.
It was a little bit just don't question it, keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's all pacing issues. The only issue I have with Marvel TV at the moment is pacing.
just
Other
make
than
every
that, they're
episode an
fucking
hour
smashing it.
instead of 40 minutes.
Yeah, other than pacing, they are literally smashing it out of the park, and I think that's what's actually winding me up so much more because I noticed the
They're
pacing
so
issue
close to smashing
more.
it.
Yeah, it's like you know how like getting like a 99 on a test or like being one off your high score in a game
Don't know what that means.
hurts more than being nowhere near it because you're like, oh, I'm so close. It's what it feels like.
I
You were so
still
close to being perfect.
stand by my reasoning is Disney's in like its second year, Disney Plus. They obviously had a set thing of they wanted this. These are the shows they wanted releasing, but they don't want them to overlap yet. So things have been very limited on how much time they can have. And then I reckon in the next 2 to 3 years, they'll have a lot more freedom over
I
like
think because
runtime
Lucasfilm is like spinning up with the
stuff.
Star Wars stuff. I think because that's going to be impossible to get all the Marvel stuff and Star Wars stuff, let alone anything else in without it overlapping, they're going to relax a little bit more and go, okay, there's always going to be something new. So let's just do it right instead of making sure we've always got something on.
Yeah, because
Another point I want to throw out is going back to the whole side of a casual. I feel like they're trying to get they want to encourage everyone to watch it, and 40 to 45-minute episodes are much more appealing to people who may not necessarily have given it a chance than like an hour and 20-minute episodes.
I do
So
agree with that.
although we would have loved them, they're trying to encourage more people to get involved, aren't they?
And that's why I'd rather them go to 9 45-minute episodes than just make all the episodes an hour or just over an hour.
Makes sense.
Because also it gives more time for the internet to get hyped as fuck about it. And it means more time on Twitter trending for Marvel projects. More time for everyone to go, oh, Marvel know how to do it, it's not DC, which is of course what Marvel want. It means they always have something out there. Because if it's 9 weeks, they can go film 9 TV show, maybe 3 or 4 weeks without anything, TV show film. And all of a sudden you've watched 4 brand new Marvel things in the span of 3 months, and you're not like.
Meanwhile, DC hasn't even figured out what they're doing with Aquaman
Exactly.
2.